Oh, and as far as somebody saying I talk too fast or I elaborate too quickly for a rebut or an answer, well, that's because, see, when you're using your brain and you've gone over the basics so many times, the synapses, the little electric charged particles that jump from lump to lump, becomes a shorter, narrow pathway. So you don't have to think as hard about the primal way things are done. You can jump further at a shorter rate. So when, like if you can grip your mind around, if I know all of the basics so well that I don't ever have to think about them again, there's no impulse to charge the currency further away. So when I've already done that. So I have a base layer very high up, so it can go and it's there, and my synapses just works like that. That's how I've trained my mind to learn, to research the basics, understand principle, and then the principle will point to the direction of the problem. So then you don't have to think about the basics, why things are causes and action. You just need to think about the reaction. And make sure the reaction isn't a deficiency, because then you're ending the currency and the charge will go lost, and then you could have a heart attack. You could have anything. You're sending an electrical current of uneven pulse throughout your body, which causes an algorithm to kill your heart, because all you are is that, a currency, a charge, an imaginary space. That this is how you generate your thought process. This is what you think you see, because you don't know what that guy sees. You don't know what that guy sees. You don't know what that guy sees. All you can know is that there was a control faction that came over you when you said gotta. They said green, and you said gotta, and they said green, and they said gotta, and you said gotta, and they said green, and you said gotta, and they said green, and they say, and about 9 hours later, they had another guy come in, all fresh and ready to go again, and he said green, and you said fuck this, I want to go home, green, until the whole world was like that. But if you create a synapses and get a good, even base coat, you don't have to generate the spark to go as far, so you can reprocess information very, very quickly. And you can make your synapses, the little electronic particle that goes from synapses to synapses, to have to travel less, to explode quicker, which can make you process information faster. Whatever, but that's why if I sound like I talk too quick, because I get yelled at all the time. You never give me a chance to answer. No, we're going to cover everything on the ground base level very fast, so we can get that out of the way. You can't rebut or distort these 500 things that I'm going to say real quick. That's basis of everything. And if you don't know the basis and you have to concentrate on it and think about it, then we're never going to get through the process, and we could be here for a week. Either submit or move on, or answer the questions at hand. And listen very closely. I don't lie and I don't mumble. I talk very fast. And it's not by process of knowing me. And it's not by process of me knowing. It's me knowing a principle. Like the theory of relativity. It's a theory. So really it's not an action in law. It's theoretical. It could work like this, but something could make this whole thing not have that work. There could be something in this package that makes it not work. Pi is a theory. There's a theory of pi, and they've made us believe that pi is the ultimate faction of how that works. No, anything can end that theory. That anything can end that. But that don't work no more. Try something else. Well, then it can't be a base grade product. If it can't base grade everything generalized, well, nothing does that. You're right, nothing does that, except that one step up and another begun. If you're walking and you pick your one foot up, the next foot has to go down, or you stand there on one foot. So that process is correct. One step done and another begun. I don't understand, but that's what I'm talking about. If I have to go all the way back to the beginning, like I've been with my wife for 27 years, and sometimes she says things at me that I can answer 27 years ago, and I did answer then. Okay, we've carted a base, we can move on. Let's go move on. And then if I change my base in any way, I take it back to redact the statement from the beginning, and I go back to then. And then I jump back forward because I have to redact things. And you always have to remember what you stated as a base platform, because you use that every day as your base platform. So when you use your base platform and you have to redact something, you have to go all the way back to the beginning to redact it and remind the person of the era, color, scent, and time. And then you can take it all the way forward and you can go back into what you were saying. My wife hates that. You want to talk about hate? I can't even believe she says something when I do it. But I do it very fast because I don't want to waste time redacting things all the time. Well, point of view, point of aspect, things have changed. The base that I was looking at then isn't the base of now. And some of the base of now I don't believe. But I always state that in the beginning, this is just theory. If it's theory, it's just theory. If it's proven logic, then it has to be the base. I have a lot of things that I stated that were just theory. This is just theory. This is just an alkali thought. This is just an unrhythmic charge particle sent out in a one-way vessel across the waterways to see where ground hits. And if the basis is correct, it should hit ground. And it should nullify. And somebody else should contain it, and they should be like, oh yes, it did work on ground. On the ground principle. I mean, this is how they talk. This is how we always talk. I don't get it. And then some people go, what? Huh? Huh? That's why they changed America from a republic to a state of being. Have a good day.